Hello everyone, this is Houndawg, and today we are flying one of the most famous warbirds ever mass-produced, the Douglas SBD Dauntless. Today is December 12, 1940, and we are departing the Ford Island Naval Air Station, Hawaii, to trap aboard the USS Yorktown CV-5. Clear prop.
Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, radio check. The tower has cleared us. The controls are free and clear, and no traffic in sight. Adding power. Instruments in the green. Rolling. We are airborne. Gear and flaps up. You may recall from our flight in the Northrop BT that the Douglas SBD Dauntless was an advanced version of the BT-2. The Northrop Corporation was taken over by Douglas, and the active Northrop projects continued under Douglas Aircraft Corporation with the infamous aircraft designer Ed Heinemann, later known as Mr. Attack. Both the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps had placed orders for the new dive bomber, designated the SBD-1 and SBD-2. The SBD-1 went to the Marine Corps in late 1940 and the SBD-2 to the Navy in early 1941. The Dauntless was a two-seat, low dihedral wing monoplane. It was 33 feet long with wings spanning 41.5 feet that did not fold due to the concern over wing failure during 4 to 6G pull-out maneuvers from steep dive bombing runs. Control surfaces were all fabric covered except for large perforated metal split flaps with a top flap that could also be hydraulically extended as a dive brake. The perforations reduced buffet on a dive and permitted 70-degree dive angles while not exceeding 276 miles per hour. The Dauntless had retractable main landing gear that retracted in towards the fuselage and a fixed tail wheel. Pilot and rear gunner radio operator sat in tandem. Its maximum weight was 10,700 pounds and was powered by a 1,200 horsepower Wright R1820 Cyclone 9-cylinder air-cooled radial engine driving a 3-bladed adjustable pitch propeller for a maximum speed of 255 miles per hour. The Dauntless could carry up to a 1,600-pound bomb on a trapeze cradle under the fuselage and a single 100-pound bomb under each wing. The SBD was also armed with two 50 caliber Browning machine guns fixed in the top of the nose cowling and firing through the propeller using synchronizing gear. The receivers of the guns protruded into the cockpit, giving the pilot some ability to clear jams. The poor range and lack of armor protection made the SBD-1 and SBD-2 unacceptable for combat. The first Dauntless that was up to being sent into action was the SBD-3 with larger self-sealing fuel tanks, armor protection for the crew, and two rear-mounted 30 caliber machine guns. The next and most produced version, the SBD-5, was equipped with a more powerful engine, an increased ammunition supply, and one of the first long-range radars. Over 2,400 of these were built. The U.S. Navy and Marine Corps SBDs saw their first action at Pearl Harbor, where Navy and Marine SBDs were destroyed on the ground. Most U.S. Navy SBDs were operating with their aircraft carriers, which were not in port during the attack. The carrier-borne SBD squadrons proved to be highly effective, especially when they were escorted by the Grumman F-4F Wildcats. This success was due primarily to a change in tactics to launch larger formations of bomber and fighter aircraft to arrive simultaneously from all directions and overwhelming the defenders. The first major use of the SBD in combat was at the Battle of the Coral Sea, where SBDs and TBD Devastators sank one enemy carrier and damaged another. SBDs were also used for anti-torpedo combat air patrols and proved to be a formidable aerial combat adversary. During the battle, pilot Lieutenant John Lepla got 4 kills and his gunner John Leska 3. The next day, Stanley Swede Vitasa shot down 2 Zeros and cut off the wing of a third in a head-on pass with his own wingtip. By the end of the war, the SBD was credited with a kill ratio of 3.2 to 1, higher than some fighter aircraft. The SBD's most important contribution came during the Battle of Midway in June 1942. 4 squadrons of Navy SBD dive bombers attacked and sank or fatally damaged all 4 Japanese fleet carriers present, 3 of them in the span of just 6 minutes. They also heavily damaged 2 heavy cruisers, with 1 eventually sinking. Almost 6,000 SBDs were produced during the war, with the last one rolling off the assembly on 21 July 1944. From Pearl Harbor through April 1944, SBDs had flown almost 1.2 million operational hours, or 25% of all aircraft hours flown off U.S. carriers. Its battle record shows that in addition to 6 Japanese carriers, 14 enemy cruisers had been sunk, along with 6 destroyers, 15 transports or cargo ships, and scores of various craft. An outstanding record, especially when you consider that the SBD had been declared obsolete at the beginning of the war. It seems the virtue of the SBD, or slow but deadly Dauntless as it was called by its crews, more than made up for its defects and would hang on in service much longer than anyone expected. By 1944, the U.S. Navy began replacing the SBD with the more powerful Curtiss SB-2C Helldiver, but the Dauntless would continue to serve with other countries until 1959. Now I would like to demonstrate the use of the trapeze bomb cradle and the split flap dive brakes. As mentioned earlier, the cradle that swung down and out from the fuselage hinge point was necessary to prevent the bomb from falling through the prop arc during a 70-degree dive. The cradle was not extended in the more shallow gliding bomb dives. While I am demonstrating, I think we also have time to try to clear up some of the confusion around the U.S. Navy aircraft designation system used during this period. The designation begins with a special class letter such as X for experimental prototype, followed by the type of aircraft such as SB for scout bomber, followed by the manufacturer's aircraft sequence number, such as 2 for the second aircraft of this type designed by that manufacturer, and finally followed by the manufacturer's code, such as C for the Curtiss Aeroplane and Motor Company. This example, of course, is the Curtiss XSB-2C Helldiver prototype that replaced the Douglas SBD Dauntless. Another example would be the F-4F Wildcat, which is the 4th fighter-type aircraft manufactured by Grumman. If this explanation only confuses you more, then do not attempt to understand the different designations for the same aircraft that were actually manufactured by different companies, and in some cases, even different countries. In any case, these designations will change again through the years.